There's something truly special about the smell of sweet potato pone baking in the oven. Warm spices, coconut, and that deep caramelized sweetness that just fills the entire kitchen. This isn't just a dessert, it's a piece of Trinidad and Tobago's culture. From family gatherings to Sunday treats, sweet potato pone has been bringing people together for generations. Today I will be sharing with you my version of that rich, flavorful classic. Let's talk about the main ingredient, sweet potato. We are using 6 pounds of Caribbean sweet potato. Outside of the Caribbean, they sell a variety that they refer to as yams. You don't want to use this in your pone. The starch content is very low and it won't bind well. They are very bright orange and they don't oxidize, which gives the sweet potato pone that dark brown color. The orange Caribbean sweet potatoes similar to this version can also be used. Start off by peeling your sweet potatoes. Although it is a sweet potato pone, it needs the binding support of other tubers. Don't worry about the fear of hand grating. We will fix that. Traditionally, a large hand grater is used, or you can use a box grater if you don't have one. But don't expect to finish grating 6 pounds of sweet potato pone before Christmas this year. It takes forever. After adding the sweet potato to water, dice them up. The dices don't have to be too small, just not large, as you want them to break down in about 5 minutes. If you are uncomfortable using the knife like this, for safety, use a cutting board. The pumpkin has already been diced. Add the pumpkin to a bullet blender or a regular blender. They have enough water content to blend on their own. Let us use a food processor to break them down to a finely grated texture. Turn on the food processor on high before adding the tubers. If you add the potatoes before you start the machine, the blade will just pelt everything on the side. Drop them directly onto the spinning blade. At 3 minutes, this is what it looks like, and it's not fine enough. Scrape down the sides onto the blade and lightly press. Puree again for another 2 to 3 minutes. The sweet potatoes will oxidize faster as they break down, making way for a beautiful color pone. 6 pounds of sweet potatoes should be broken down into 2 or 3 batches. If you look at the texture, it's no different than the hand-grated version, and we didn't need to use any liquid. Thank you, technology. I will leave a link to this food processor in the description box. Most of us stay away from making pone because of the labor of hand grating. I saved myself hours of grating. Add back the pumpkin to the mix. Our binding agent today will be grated cassava. If you have gotten this far into the video, give the video a thumbs up, which helps my YouTube channel to grow by reaching more people, to help me grow and to make better content. The heartaches that you feel when you purchase cassava, only to go home and to see the entire cassava inside, is green. I have now resorted to buying frozen grated cassava. Grated coconut is optional. We are adding 1/3 cup freshly grated nutmeg, as pone requires good spices. Ground cinnamon, mixed spice, pumpkin spice, salt, dark vanilla. This is my favorite type of vanilla. Freshly grated ginger, which works magic. Black pepper for a nice kick of sweet and spicy. A good balance. Let's mix in our warm spices and flavors to combine, distributing them well, making way for other ingredients. Tania, eddos, or even yellow yams are a good binding option to replace the cassava. To aid in moisture and flavor, we are using some unsalted butter melted. Melted butter distributes much faster. Stir it in as we are building as we go along. Adding molasses deepens the flavor of the pone. It also adds to the color as molasses is a byproduct of refined sugar. They all come from sugarcane. Let's add the main product, brown sugar. Imagine this mixture baking in a dirt oven. This brings back so many good memories. You will realize the moisture becoming more wet and moist. Fresh coconut milk goes in next, 4.5 cups. One may ask, why not blend the coconut and add it with the milk? Adding the coconut separately is a good portion control option. Knowing exactly how much coconut husk is added is important. It looks like 3.5 cups of coconut milk, but I added 1 cup off camera. Give the mixture one really good mix. Too much liquid means it's going to take forever to finish baking. We will be using 2 thick 8-inch pans, or you can use 3 to 4 loaf pans. Line them with parchment paper and some really good butter. Mix the butter again before adding it to the pan. You don't want to scoop out a large amount of liquid, so you must mix it before so that it gets a good distribution. We will add the same amount in each pan for baking time purposes. They both should bake at the same time. Using a spoon, settle the mixture in the pan. Bake at 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. A thinner pone will take less time. If you make a pone and don't use a small pan to eat it hot, you are definitely missing out on scraping out that goodness of the sides when the pone is very hot. This pan of pone right here, this is the memory lane pan. The small pan was baked for 1 hour. They should be firm to the touch and the potatoes should be translucent, especially the center. Push a knife in the center of the pone. If the mixture comes out white and looks raw and wet, it's not done. These came out the oven at 2:45 a.m. and by 8 a.m. the slice was perfect. 2 hours of cooling should give a pretty beautiful slice. To remove from the pan, allow it to cool down completely and you flip it upside down. Remove the pone and then you want to put a plate or plastic wrap on top and you flip it on the other side. Once the ratio of solids to liquids is well balanced, you should have no problem getting the perfect slice. You also need to consider the starch content of the binding agent. This slice right here is proof that you don't need to use any grater to get the perfect slice of pone. Technology gives us the ability. We have now come to the end of our recipe. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, a subscribe. Help me to grow my YouTube channel by sharing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another one of my recipes.